Hey everyone, it's Vince Principe. I'm a realtor here in Baltimore City, and I'm excited to share with you today my neighborhood here in Locust Point. I've lived in Locust Point the last few years, and there are a few things that really set this neighborhood apart from other areas of the city. First, it's worth noting the history of this neighborhood. Its early beginnings stem from the establishment of Whetstone Point in 1706 as a point of entry and its exploration by Captain John Smith in 1608. The peninsula's landscape, named Locust Point in 1845, was shaped by the maritime industry, Victorian row houses, and the influx of European immigrants. The post-Civil War period saw the growth of residential workhouses, and since 1868, Locust Point became an immigration hub, witnessing over 100,000 arrivals until 1914. World War II transformed the area into a vital hub for war production and later economic revitalization. Locust Point is also home to Fort McHenry, which is where we are now, which saw the Battle of Baltimore in 1814. Francis Scott Key's witness of the event is what inspired him to write what is now our national anthem. The number one thing that brought me to Locust Point was the people. Generally speaking, there's people who have lived here their entire lives. I mean, I literally have someone who lives across the street from me that was born in their living room. And on top of that, there are a lot of young families and also those fresh out of college who are looking for a fresh start. So ultimately, you get a wide array of different people, and you really get that neighborhood feel here. Something to note as well is Locust Point's geographic location. There's only one way in and one way out via Ford Ave, so ultimately this part of town is really insulated. Another feature of Locust Point are all the diverse properties that you can choose from. There are old row homes from the late 1800s, new construction, as well as the premier condominium building Silo Point, which is home to many of our city's athletes and business executives. The neighborhood is also very walkable, with many bars and restaurants to choose from, and just a short walk from grocery stores, gyms, and other retail stores. Some of my favorite watering holes are City Limits, Hull Street Blues, Locust Point Steamers, and Barracudas. Locust Point is also currently still home to the Under Armour headquarters. Because of the geographic location of Locust Point, there isn't much hustle and bustle going on within the neighborhood. There's still a pretty short walk away from Fed Hill that has a very vibrant nightlife, but if you want a quieter neighborhood to walk home to at night, Locust Point is a great place to be. Another great feature of the neighborhood is how accessible it is. No matter where you live in Locust Point, you're only a short drive away from I-95, which makes it really easy to get in and out of the neighborhood, whereas if you lived in other areas of the city, you're typically having to go through the tunnel or to fight through the city traffic just to get to the major highways. There's also Latrobe Park, which is the heart of Locust Point. There you'll find playgrounds, dog parks, and other recreational facilities that you can use at any time. So if you're looking for a quiet neighborhood that's very walkable with great restaurants and parks, Locust Point is the place for you.